Visualization is a law of attraction tool that has been used for thousands of years by initiates of all the metaphysical schools. Today, it is incorporated into top athletes' daily routines and is used in business affairs frequently. Its use is widespread among highly successful people, either consciously or unconsciously, aware of its creative power. So, if it has stood the test of time and is still being used by high achievers, we must come to the conclusion that it works. But has it ever worked for you? Law of Attraction, the Web Serie. The law of attraction and the truth about visualization. If you answered yes to the above question, then you know how powerful this technique can be. If, on the other hand, you gave the more likely answer, no, then take heart, for I am about to reveal to you a surefire way of reaching your objectives through this mostly misunderstood art. The trouble with visualization is simple. It's in its name. When studying and contemplating the law of attraction and the art of visualization, most people have the impression that they must create visual images and make them real or lifelike. Many people, in fact the majority, find this almost impossible to do. Even if they can formulate a solid picture of their objective, they find it extremely difficult to sustain the image for any length of time. Either the image fades, changes, or other intruding thoughts intervene. This type of visualization is almost impossible to sustain, and luckily it is not at all necessary. Why? Because it is in the subconscious mind that your visualization needs to be placed, and there is good news. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between an imaginary event and a real one. Your visual image only needs to be as strong visually as any other imagined event. However, that is only half the story. If all you had to do was just imagine stuff, and your world automatically changed to reflect your imaginings, this world would be full of chaos, not to mention all those creepy crawly bug-eyed monsters. Therefore, there are a few more steps to complete before the visualization is passed to the subconscious for manifestation. Let's try a little experiment. Remember a scene from your past that has a lot of good feelings around it. Any good memory will do, like the first time you heard the words "I love you" from your partner, an amazingly spectacular sunset, a great holiday event, or your last birthday. Pick one, and remember it. How clear is the image? Can you remember any sounds? What way did you feel? Is there any sense of touch, taste, or smell? Identify how your memory works. Is it mostly visual, auditory, kinesthetic, or of a feeling nature? Now we are going to create an imagined event in our lives that has the same strength and potency as that image. So relax and let's go. Imagine something that you do every day, something that you did yesterday, today, and will do tomorrow. Let us take the example of waking up tomorrow morning. Don't try to add or take anything away, just think about it and analyze the scene. Is it dark or light? Are you lying next to someone in bed? Do you still feel tired? Has the alarm clock sounded? Are you irritable that you have to get up, or full of joy at the dawn of a new day? You will find that the imagined event is very similar to the memory, with probably one key difference: your point of perspective. Is the memory behind you in the future event in front of you? Is one to the left and one to the right? Maybe they are both in front of you, or the future seems to move in a clockwise direction. Whatever the perspective, the thing to notice is that they are very similar in appearance. Now, imagine doing your future event a week from now, then a month from now, then 6 months from now. Where are those images placed? Are they moving further away, going clockwise, from left to right? This is your timeline, and using it is important in visualization, as you will see later. Okay, let's imagine something that is very unlikely to happen, and see where it differs from the last image. Imagine you are sitting somewhere familiar, which is extremely comfortable and relaxing to you. Now, imagine that a person you know well comes up to where you are and says hello. Imagine them telling you that they want to show you a new trick. All of a sudden they have 3 juggling balls. They throw them in the air and begin to juggle with ease. Then they begin to whistle one of your favorite tunes. You suddenly realize that there is a strong smell of flowers in the room, and notice a vase of them just behind the juggler. Imagine laughing loudly at the scene and feeling joyful at the experience. Then the person juggling leans forward, stands on leg, and puts the other leg outstretched behind them. All the while still juggling and whistling. Then they begin to hop on their leg as a small bird flies over to perch on their head. Once you have the imagined event, and stayed with it a few moments, just let it fade. Okay, open your eyes. What was the difference between the two images? Can you spot any? Did you use more, less, or roughly the same senses in your fantasy event as you did in the future one? Did you see them from different angles? Was the picture bigger in one than the other? Was the sound clearer, the feelings more acute, or the smell stronger? Take some time, and go back to each scene in your mind. How does the future event differ from the fantasy one? Are you looking at both from a different vantage point? Do you see yourself in the image of one but not the other? Analyze the scenes and see where they differ. Have you identified how the future event differs from the fantasy one? If you have, then it's time to make visualization work for you. Take a goal that you have been working on, or would like to achieve. Nothing too far-fetched at this point, please. Pick something that is possible but, at the moment, seems a little impractical. Once you have it, form a mental image of what it would be like to have, be or do that thing or be in that experience. Remember to form it the same way you do a memory. Give it the same strength visually, in sound, feeling, taste and touch. Use your mind in its natural state. All you have to do is imagine the scene. Okay, how does it differ from the scene of waking in the morning? Can you identify the differences in perspective, sound, taste, touch, feelings, and what you hear? Now, there will be one other key thing that differs in the images. It is very simple but often overlooked. You know that the future event is going to happen. This is reflected in the way we experience the image, so what we are going to do is fool your subconscious mind into thinking your goal is definitely going to happen by manipulating your goal image. Once you know what the differences are in each image, begin to change the goal image, so that it is seen the same way as the future event in your imagination. Place the visualized scene in exactly the same position with the same perspective as your future event. Place it in the correct position on your timeline. You may already begin to feel that the goal is more possible. Visualize in this way every day, and you will condition your subconscious mind to manifest the experiences necessary to make your goal attainment certain. One more thing to remember, during the day think about your goal often. This reinforces the visualization and will begin to dispel doubt from your mind. Now you know how to practice the art of visualization. Watch this video over and over again, and make the law of attraction work for you too. See you in the next video.